Hey, welcome back to X Minutes. You're either seeing this on Patreon early or we've recently finished our breakdown of X-Men 1 and now you got a week or so of special features, videos that we're releasing. My name's Brian.
My name is Wolf.
And we're going to look at some one-star reviews that I found on IMDb. And one of them, the second one I'm going to mention is especially funny, but I haven't looked at too many of them. The first one, when I sorted for 1 star and just went from worst to best, it's titled Extra Boring with an X. October 17th, 2002. The only thing good about this movie is the opening scene. Why didn't the director make the characters more interesting? By the way, that opening scene, I'm guessing, is Auschwitz or Poland, 1944.
Right? Like, what the fuck? That was like the most interesting scene in the movie.
This movie could and should have been much bigger. Most of the actors aren't right for the parts. They play acting is poor. Special effects don't look bad, but also don't do the job the story is. Whack! I really liked the opening scene. Makes me wonder why the director didn't continue the movie with a intelligent story. A superhero movie that really ain't super at all. I rate this film with a 1. 2 of 7 found this review helpful. This is by Nuff Said -1.
What year was this review written?
2002.
Jeez. I don't agree with that, but I mean, if they want a film about the Holocaust, Schindler's List is a fantastic film, to watch. Because like they really seem to be like hung up on that the very first scene.
Yeah, the only other thing that could have meant is like that CGI science intro, but still,
Yeah.
like that's still
Spawn. Watch Spawn if you want a CGI science intro.
Yeah, but still not pure X-Men, like not pure X-Men cartoon or whatever that. Anyway, all right, this is I've only read 2 of these, but we'll probably go through a few more. But this one made me laugh. This is from Le Toilep, 1 out of 10, awful, null, lamentable, August 28th, 2000. So the year that it actually came out.
Wow.
I was not waiting for a clever plot, but only for good special effects. The plot was less than bad, and the special effects sequences together are not new and do not represent more than 15 minutes of these 90 minutes of annoyment. Annoyment is spelled Annoyement. The characters, with no H in that word, have no consistency. The plot is weak, predictable, and targeted to 3-year-old kids. The opening gate to a second film makes us laugh as nobody will go to see it. The dialogues... That's what I really liked about it. The dialogues, spelled Dialogs, are absolutely ridiculous. I only wanted to leave the theater and go back home to play Blade Runner or Starship Troopers on video. In France, the more people speak about this film, the more they go to see something else. Very surprising that it is considered to be number 140 out of 250 best films. Must be because most of the voters are not French.
Whoa.
6 of 14.
Shots fired.
I mean, hey, that joke in Pirates of the Caribbean of like, who in their damn hell invented parlay? And that would be the French. Not this Frenchman. Or French woman.
No. Not this French individual. They have no time.
But I love that most of all. The open gate for the second film, no one will see it. They must have been so pissed that it's still technically alive.
It's like, if you play this in our theaters, we laugh in your face.
I apologize for...
Sorry, I mean, that was actually very stereotypical. I don't think all French people smoke or laugh in that manner, so.
All right. Here's July 27th, 2000 by JRC0013. 1 out of 10. What is everyone talking about? How is this a good movie? Maybe if you were into the comic books, a movie of it would seem like a good thing, and then you just don't want to admit that the movie is pretty bad. It was not an engaging story at all after they left Poland in the beginning.
Jeez.
You kept expecting something that would grab your attention, but it never came. The ending was pretty lame, and it seemed like the last third of the movie was just setting up for the sequel. I never really understood what the story was. I was expecting much better things. Too bad for, I'm not mentioning the director's name, which they mention. After doing 2 very good movies, or at least one very good, then one not quite as good. 21 out of 37 found this review helpful.
Jeez. What was that person from Poland?
I don't know, but it was weird that 2 out of 3 were like, only the Holocaust was engaging.
Right, yeah.
And then fuck everything else.
All the superpowers, all of the lasting relationships, none of that matters. Just the Holocaust. That's very interesting.
Alright, this next review is a little longer, so this will be the last review. We might come back to this topic for another video. But this is, again, 1 out of 10. Wait, from May 4th, 2020. That was a month ago!
Who is reviewing the first X-Men this year besides us?
That was 1 month and 1 week ago at the time of filming. We're filming June 11th. This is May 4th, 2020. Okay. Didn't expect that. Digital Beach Bum. So literally, I think they took their name from like that Matthew McConaughey movie, Beach Bum or whatever. Okay. Too much crammed into 90 minutes. Period. I collected comics, and the X-Men were one of them. The stories were always intuitive and original, bringing forth real-life social issues into a comic often read by kids. And I paused in the middle of into because that was 2 words. This movie does none of what I used to like in the comics. Alright, he already said that it brought real-life social issues, and it's a movie that's talking about bigotry, hate, fear-mongering. We're in 2020.
I know, right?
Alright. The other thing I do not like about these superhero, super mutant movies is that you are looking at the imagination of the director and how they interpreted the comic/stories. When I was a child, one of the things I enjoyed about comics is that there were always blanks to fill in with your own mind. I used imagination to create a world that I understood and believed to fit the narrative. These movies take that all away, and you subject yourself to the will of the director and writers. I don't like these movies. Magneto was originally a good villain, but now he's a Mary Sue. Mystique 2. I'm not sure about Toad. I mean, what the hell is this BS? Toad was a meaningless sidekick, and now they make him out like some supervillain? I mean, seriously. Toad superpowers. The Magneto powers, well, they turned Magneto in Space 2, something which is, to say the least, moronic. I've seen the fanboy explanation for his superpowers, but if you have half a brain cell, you can understand how magnetism works, and they got it 100% wrong in X-Men. The other problems I have is that Wolverine, while a great casting job, is another moronic interpretation of the original Wolverine. His feud with Sabretooth is shown briefly, and they bring together the 2 characters out of sync with the original story. It would be far better to make a movie about Wolverine and Sabretooth so you can get the reason why Sabretooth doesn't like Wolverine or vice versa. Sorry, but they did, and it sucked.
Wait, this was written like last month?
What?
That's hilarious.
Storm, well, Storm is Storm. I think that I expected better casting, But that's the way Hollywood is these days. The rest of the cast is fairly benign. Overall, the script sucks and so does the directing. The special effects are meh. This movie sets the stage for all other superhero movies. Total suckage! 1 of 3 found this review helpful. What, I mean...
That is exhausting.
I don't know what to think of this. Like, they loved comic books and loved the social commentary of the comic books, but then seems to be also a comic book movie hater and missing all the social commentary from this movie. Look, there are things that aren't perfect about this movie. We talked about in minute 50 how some things may have been cut out for pacing that would have been cool. But I don't know how you can have such love for the source material and then seem to hate all comic book movies?
I just think, I don't know, maybe it's like, I'm not sure, maybe they feel that it's not as close, it doesn't resemble the source material as closely as they'd like. I'm not sure. People are really hard to please, so...
It also just seems like their head's stuck in the sand, though, because out of all the X-Men films, if you want the truest feel to like the original comics, as far as I can tell, X-Men First Class is there. If you want that movie about Wolverine and Sabretooth, X-Men Origins Wolverine is there. If you want more comic book movie feel, MCU is there. They're more consistent, right? I don't know. I don't know. That just seemed... do you... Alright, so that seemed like a down note. Do you want to do one more 1-star, or do you want to do a 5-star and see how they feel about it?
Yeah, let's do the 5-star.
Alright, I'm going to find a 5-star from 2000, because I want to see what a 5-star... Oh! First one. August 1st, 2000. And not too long. 10 out of 10. X-Men Excellent.
There you go.
Titled just the way you think it would be spelled. I thought I would be disappointed in Anna Paquin as Rogue. Rogue being my favorite X-Man. But I am happy to report she did a smashing job of it. This is by Santasana. I was also happily surprised by Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He sizzles on screen, both in ferocity and sex appeal. Am I right, ladies? Lots of exclamation points. All of the cast seemingly brought their characters to life, but Wolverine has become my favorite movie X-Man. The special effects are well done and the costumes are wonderful. The choice of all black uniforms rather than the colorful and varied ones of the comic/cartoon is the only real departure from the X-Men we grew up with, and does not hurt the image of the X-Men at all. There is a reference to Wolverine's cartoon uniform in one scene where he questions their choice of uniform. It doesn't matter if you are a die-hard fan or meeting the X-Men for the first time, you will be hooked. A must-see for fans and first-timers alike. And how the hell did all those 1-star reviews get people saying if it's helpful? It doesn't have any reviews. It doesn't say... How many people thought this was helpful? It says, is this review helpful? And that's from August 1st, 2000.
Man. It's just negativity.
I was literally going to give it I was literally going to give it a thumbs up, and then it made me sign in. So I'll sign in and give it a thumbs up. But their username was spelled Asantisana.
Wait a minute.
Asana.
That was me from back in the day.
Holy shit!
Full circle once again.
Oh, there's also this one more review from June 10th that says 10 out of 10 stars. The co-hosts of X Minutes are amazing, and they wait. I'm reviewing the movie. Yeah, the movie's 8 out of 10. The co-hosts are 10 out of 10. That's a real review I just read.
There you go. See,
movies are dope in disguise. All right, that was fun. Yeah, thanks for joining along with that video. It was just weird to see those 1-star reviews.
I know, right?
I thought that last 1-star review was ridiculous. That French one was hilarious.
Yes.
And good to know that some people really loved it when it first came out without knowing that it would have all these sequels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that, Wolf?
I am good.
Cool beans. We'll see you over on wherever you've been following along with the actual minutes. Thanks so much.
Peace.
Bye.